Is there any justification, though, for hitting a police officer, regardless of the circumstance?
I would say that the justification for defending yourself would have to be predicated on the threat level. And if you have been...
It seems like a lot of justification for hurting a cop.
I would never say that there's any justification for hurting anybody, and we're not the party that condones violence. But what they did do is roughhousing people to let them know to leave our people alone.
Multiple accused January 6th rioters have put forward defenses that they were incited to violence by police. None have been successful in court. 140 police officers were injured that day, according to the Department of Justice. The D.C. Police Union saying it was dismayed by the parties. And the Capitol Police Chief saying in a memo to his officers, anyone who attacks law enforcement should be met with consequences, condemnation, and accountability. On January 6th, a mob of Donald Trump supporters, fueled by false claims the 2020 election was stolen, smashed their way through the Capitol, jolting the nation. While most rioters were charged with nonviolent offenses, more than 250 were convicted of violent crimes, including assaulting police officers. And in the attack's aftermath, condemnation from members of both parties was swift, like Senator Rick Scott, who posted, "The thugs who stormed the Capitol today and incited violence should be arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Every single one of them." But after Trump's sweeping pardons covering nearly all January 6th defendants, Republicans largely defended the move, including Scott.
So many people were unfairly prosecuted.
But what about those who assaulted police officers and then were pardoned by the president?
I haven't seen any. I haven't gone to the detail.
But there are those pardons that exist.
I'll have to read it.
14 January 6 defendants did not receive pardons, but instead had their sentences commuted. All are members of the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers charged with sedition. Prosecutors saying they tried to use the Capitol attack to stop the peaceful transfer of power.
What's your message to President Trump again, Mr. Rhodes?
Just thank you.
Thanks to Trump, the Oath Keepers founder, Stuart Rhodes, was released early from his 18-year prison sentence and came back to Washington, D.C. to celebrate.
What about those other defendants, Mr. Rhodes, who are on camera beating police officers? Do they deserve a pardon?
Yes. Like I said before, it's about the presumption of innocence. Because they were not given a fair trial, it doesn't make a difference what the evidence is. You still have a right to a trial.
They're on camera doing it. They went to trial. They were convicted by a jury of their peers.
They have a right to a fair trial. And if the jury pool is drawn from the victim pool,